Another RGL cast. My name is Jared. I'm here with Alta to bring you guys Cozy Black versus MAGA County. This is RGL Invite 6's Season 14, Week 2A, and we got a handful of makeup matches left to go after there's been some reschedules where there'd be, making sure that you have your weekend free for LAN or replacing a player or two that has decided they've had enough for this season. But, only a handful of matches left to go, and this is going to be one of them for the side of Cozy Black to have a pretty nice record this season. This is their last match of the regular season, and they need to win this to be able to secure their second seed, otherwise they're gonna automatically get third, I'm pretty sure. And for the side of MAGA County, they still have a couple matches left to go and are still trying to make their path and show everyone what they're about this season, since they are one of the teams that did a lot of rescheduling, so they definitely have their work cut out for them in this match, seeing as Cozy Black is definitely a proponent of, they might be finding themselves in the grand finals if they can keep up the pace that they've been showing so far in the second half of the, the 4 weeks. But, anything can happen on Process is a classic, and I'm really excited to see what's going to be coming up for us tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see how this turns out. I mean, Jared and I were talking a little bit beforehand. I'm not, too tuned into Sixes, pretty familiar with all of the players on Cozy, not so much with the ones on MAGA, but at the same time, I'm taking a look at the invite standings this season, and I see that currently, 4 teams, all with 2 losses each. Varying number of wins, and, as Jarrett was alluding to, we can pretty confident Cozy are at least the favorites here, but there's been a lot of, games traded back and forth this season, it looks like, so anything can happen, and, MAGA looks like they can have a, pretty large impact here if they manage to pull this out.
Yep, I think it kind of just depends, right day, right time, and who knows, that might be today if they are lucky enough, so we'll see what they have in store for us. As we are going live straight into the match, got to get this ball rolling, and the teams are raring and ready to go, so Preds at the wayside as we're beginning on this first mid here on Process. Both Delman arrive, and take it away, Alto.
Yep, Dingo both getting in, just firing stickies at each other, not even moving as well as bombs coming across. Looks like no one really getting too aggressive right here. Both teams just really slow playing this. Spam being traded back and forth. Yep, Catface on Sniper, gonna open it up onto Divine. That is gonna immediately sound out the backouts from MAGA. They are back within seconds, stickies up. Sniper to mid, not sure that was expected, but definitely pays off.
I looked at the scouts, I was like, wait, what's going on? And then I saw it was Catface Sniper. I was like, oh, okay. So that's
Catface standing on a trap right now.
Yeah.
Gaia finally gets it.
Yeah, will end up dying, but overall a trade. Dingo had a trap of his own, so takes out Wonders. That's going to be a, kind of thwarting the counter sack there. But yeah, I was confused for a second. I was like, what's going on? They're not in the normal classes. And then it's because Catface is sniping, so they're switching stuff around. So we'll see how long this lasts. He's already on Spy. He's pulling on. This is one of those matches for Catface where I think he's just gonna
bringing Highlander in. My favorite.
I mean, he does this normally in a lot of the matches. He's like very privy to off-classing, but this is I don't think a lot of the times you see it right off the bat. But then again, I guess maybe that's a surprise factor. But Wonder did check for Spy. I mean, it is Catface after all. If you see him die or whatever, you're gonna be checking to see what he's running. So they are probably having their paranoia up a bit, and they kind of have an idea that the Spy's up. Assuming they checked for Spy, they might have just checked for Sniper and forgot about Spy. I didn't see, but either way, they're looking around it. They probably know. But he's cloaked by one, and they saw the shutter. I wonder why the shutter opened for no reason. The Spy's getting 2v1'd at last and will indeed die. The Brick takes some damage. Gotta be careful, but overall getting 2 kills there means that MAGA County is in a pretty good spot up until Apathy dies for a counter sack. That will probably be their counter sack. And maybe some spam will happen. A guy put a trap up in sewer that someone might eat, and eat even more time. But at the end of the day, so far, MAGA County haven't actually had an opportunity to do any counter sacks at all because of these traps that have been set up by Dingo.
I mean, Catface now back up on
Kev,
scout
hello?
for real this time. Kev?
What sent him in the skybox? I saw he was up there. What? Oh, it was the stickies from sewer. It popped him up in the air. Okay, that makes sense.
Apathy coming in deep. Gonna get one rocket onto Ermine, but that's gonna be no more forcing coming out. Apathy taken out.
Yeah. So far, just 1-for-1s across the board. I mean, maybe a 2 thrown in there every now and then, a 2-man. But oh, you're speaking of 2-man. Cafes, Trip, both going in on their normal classes for now, but once again, not really finding too much. Brick only took like 50 damage, so let's see if MAGA County can get up another sack without eating traps. They almost ate it that time, but Bomb comes in, buying space. They've actually gotten free room to open up through the doorway. They've given up a lot of HP for it, though, so they gotta make sure they're playing this careful. They do able to manage to take down Kev, so really good space creation, and actually, Cozy, they're just backed up entirely. Didn't want to actually go for an exchange there, being down to losing Kev, losing so much space. The spam was just way worse. They concede minutes entirely, and MAGA County reset the clock, take mid for their own, and now the script is flipped, and it's their turn to go ahead and try to break the stalemate, but into the opposing 2 this time.
Double soldier sack coming in through right there. We're gonna surf that back. Really not too much damage being taken.
Oh, May.
Coming in late, gonna get the drop.
He's trusted so much. Yeah, trusted so much that surely my scout just meat shots that soldier and he doesn't get another rocket off. But I think the pistol is out, so not able to kill him in time.
Trip was counter-sacking deep into mid too, but Brick able to keep that Uber. And I mean, we're what, 4 minutes into this game? No Ubers popped yet, but it's full ad on the side of MAGA County.
Yeah. So far, I think from the side of Cozy, it's been pretty textbook what we've seen. We've seen a lot of sniper and spy, and we've seen May be like, nah, I shouldn't have to talk to this, so I'm just gonna not.
Catface engineer, and now their headshot rings out.
Yeah, Catface setting up the gun for last, just in case they get steamrolled over on 2. But the sniper buys a lot of time, but this Uber still should be incoming soon. It is going to be an IT push that Trip's going to spot, going to commit for Brick, and will indeed get the force, giving up his life for it. Chain's unable to take him down. All the rest of Blue will go ahead and back up to last. They already got the gun in case any flooding happened, but looks like MAGA County is going to set up on 2.
Yeah, there's been like a little bit of mic lag, but yep, gonna be that first Uber popped out. Kev still on sniper, playing up in rollout. Gonna be forced back right there as the cap comes in. So now Uber ad on the side of on May, but you know, stuck in last, level 3 up on the point. Not sure they're gonna be looking to push out anytime soon. Ball right now is fully in MAGA County's court.
It's looking like they're thinking about it, kind of. They're poking one. There's a trap there. It gets dead. They have some room for trying to walk their way through. They get 1 kill. It's really difficult. I mean, Wonder, if he's still indoors, can't really get a bomb off, and there's not really a whole lot of presence with Apathy dead, so they just back up and leave. So really good job collecting that soldier frag and just taking this for free. A lot of teams are kind of shy away from the shutter door sometimes, and it definitely paid off in their favor. They don't get too much out of it, though. They just find their way out of last as their advantage is gone, and you can consider Apathy's death kind of like a sack. But, now I guess Wonder's trying to make some space, gotta be careful, but isn't gonna be chased down too hard. But back to square one, which we've seen so far for most of this match, a stalemate between mid and 2 between both these teams.
Yeah, really good from Cozy to push out there without needing to use their Uber either. You know, you avoid the leapfrog you get in the situation here, where lots of players from MAGA up in sewer right now. We'll have to see if they can get anything out of there. Looks like they're starting to kind of push out from the side. Wonder may be in position to jump soon.
Oh, they're killing Apathy. Oh, he gets one out. Okay, so they overall trade in IT. So overall 5v5 scenario. Wonder is pretty much dead. He's out to mid collecting health packs. So they don't have too much in the tank here for the side of MAGA County. Gaia really weak, but Trip's actually going to die to fall damage. So they find a pick in the most unlikely of places. Gaia desperately needs an arrow with his Uber. Push comes to shove, it comes out. They're eventually Uber exchanging over by the side of Al-Qaeda. The rest of the red team just scatter completely. Brick's HP is not very good, and they are trying to use their better Uber to at least have some sort of presence still here in grass, but the respawn advantage will eventually come in favor from the side of Cozy if they can hold on long enough. Kev, that's a really important kill for MAGA County to get if they want to keep holding on here, but even with it, they have to back up because they're so weak themselves, so they're only going to get to use it for such a small window of time here, as there's no Ubers available, just the 1 player ad and the lack of spam coming from Kev they can utilize right now. They're poking through sewer. Wonder making some space. Apathy putting on the spam zone. Oh my god, nice rocket from Trip. Finds 2 on top of each other, and the kills go in favor of them. Junie from Spy Kids, aka Dingo, cleaning up both of them, of Divine and Wonder. So with 2 dead there, and no Uber to bail you out, this is actually added from the side of Cozy because they popped first. The only thing that stands in their way is the lock and load, as May gets piped, has to take the pack in sewer to be healthy. They're starting to work their way in, but without May really able to go into the rest of the team, so Kev is not going to find himself in an early grave, but the rest of Cozy are still working really hard to push on to this point. Might be able to find Apathy on top of the pack, but it's not spawning in time, but the Wonder Sniper could be a thorn on the side, able to take down Trip, so no sodas available for the side of Cozy. 15% ad, and they want to use it, trying to chase down the scout or the demo, anything near the choke they can find their kill on, but it's only a solo Uber. Junie from Spy Kids unable to be there in time, so the counter Uber comes out. Gaia surging forward, might be able to find one person. No, Dingo able to just barely get out. So overall, Catface in a corner, found by Fancy Sun, scattered down. Not that much of a distraction, but they're still trying to fight this, just spamming, poking around. No, back up to 2 they go, and after all said and done, it was an ample opportunity to maybe take mid from the side of Cozy, but no, back to where we were, MAGA County trying to dry their way into 2.
Yeah, really Wonder doing a lot there, getting that pick to even it out, and then I think that was what forced the Uber, basically. May got scared with the sniper staring right at them, popped that off, Brick able to get the counter pop in, they managed to hold mid, take a lot of ground in on second. Looks like they're going to be able to cap this up, Catface already off on NG, and they're going to start building here, so really, really good play by MAGA County here, really slow, really controlled, not letting, you know, not really letting Cozy get any sort of major momentum coming into any of these points.
Yeah, and it looks like Cozy doesn't really want to use their 30% ad. It can be a bit difficult sometimes, because if you don't get the medic, your capture is going to get blocked most likely, and then it's kind of a sticky situation. You could lose some people, so they're just playing it safe. Don't want to take too many risks right now. Looks like Catface is putting his sentry on the left side of the last from his perspective, which means there might be some leeway around the 2 or 1 area from the side of MAGA once they're able to kind of spot it. They do have the sniper on the field still, as Wonder lived throughout the whole ordeal that happened on 2, so they're looking to try to find an angle on someone to make it easier to spam down this gun that, even though they haven't really spotted for, they definitely know it exists in some capacity. So they got some time to work with, but only so much. So is Wonder. I think he poked around through 1, got a bit weak, so rotating around trying to find an angle that works out for him. Is a bunch of stickies on the floor here, so it's going to be a bit rough. They're here to kind of clear it. Rotating over towards 1 and 2. Got to be careful for the side of Cozy, as May's only peeking so deep. They're buffing him up a little bit, but back and forth they go. Wonder at 2 this time, hits a nice headshot, but it's a buffed soldier, so not really able to secure the kill there. And you know, sees the trip over on the side of 5. He's able to find at least a couple shots, but the thing that really seals the deal is getting the charged kill. So still has the work cut out for him. Hits another, still quite not enough in the tank. So this is the way these things are going to go. I mean...
Yep, and Gaia finds the gun, though. Locking going to do a lot, but Fancy Sun taken out by a sticky trap. So, you know, gun makes the point a little bit vulnerable. Without your full 6, unlikely you're going to push in. Brick! Hit pretty low. Search that rocket from Kev back. Gonna get the small pack as there's a push out here.
And they want to Uber exchange off the damage. They're going to be flashing all over the place. It is eventually popped from the side of MAGA County. They have to hold out for the respawners if they want to continue to hold on to this. They're eventually coming into the choke side now, but the high ground already given up. Apathy tries to hold his ground and stay on top of things, but just gets immediately melted as soon as they take positioning on top of the spire. So a little bit of weak scouts for the side of Cozy, but nothing to write home out in terms of the emergency department. So MAGA down 1, no Uber available. Cozy looking like they might want to drive. They got 5 over by choke, 1 of trip over by the side of IT, and Kev finally going to be making his way through. Almost dies, 9 HP. This entry is not what they needed. They found way too much resistance over by the sewer area, but Gaia is most certainly dead. The arrow misses. Brick tries to Hail Mary it, but does not quite hit the mark. So no demo, man. Hey, Cozy, your first try to dry push into mid didn't work, but you'll certainly be happy that you have a nice dry 2 available. And a demo, man, that's huge. So bombs coming in. This has to be the key for the side of MAGA if they want to be able to hold on a choke, but Apathy dying. Wonder almost dying as well. Had to back up completely out of mid, so overall pretty good job to make sure they can take this for free and might be able to find Fancy Sun. Catface is hungry, but will not find the frag. Has to back up and heal at least a little bit, but they're keeping the ball rolling, keeping 1 on the cap, trying to go for it. Apathy will not get his forward spawn, so the Uber is available to get his time for a respawn, but Trip in from the side of IT, unspotted. Uber comes out, so they got to salvage this, but Cozy, they're already gone.
Yep, May nowhere near to get the counter sack off, and I mean, they've done such a good job, MAGA did, of not allowing any momentum to come through. Then the random 2 stickies on the middle of the floor give them a demo pick, and they're able to just snowball off of this so strong. The block and load from
Kev!
Spike is gonna find
air shot Apathy at mid. Insult to injury there, unable to get the flank and styled on. So 2 down, full ad. This is looking clear cut.
No engineer, no off classes or anything. 6 on point are gonna be dead. Uber comes through. It's a full ad. MAGA gonna need a miracle here and not even an attempt to defend the point. As Cozy come in, take that first round. Took a while, but looks like they finally got that engine up and running.
After all the snowballing, all it takes is 1 clean swoop. You know, finding the opportunity. I don't know. I'm gonna assume it was Dingo that launched Gaia up in the air, and then the arrow missed and it killed him.
There were 2 stickies just completely sitting in the middle of the open. Right. I don't think Gaia saw.
Yeah, that'll do it. That was a hard snowball, and that's what they need. But, oh, Dingo's dead himself. Apathy and Gaia combo taking him out. Apathy had to give up his life for it, so Cozy will continue to fight this. 5v5 scenario, trying to take it fast so they don't get out-spammed by the side of MAGA County, trying to rush forward, maybe taking Gaia out of the equation, or maybe Brick's actually Divine is getting really weak, though. A couple of trades of the explosive classes. Brick pretty much out of the fight completely because of the 24 HP, and Wonder kind of left that to dry, but Fancy Sun able to take down Catface, so getting kills where you might not expect it as Fancy Sun still showing his face, gets scattered down just at the last second by the side of Sai, who's still on scout here. So overall, Sai and Kev trading up a little bit for this match, but it's already been kind of shown in the previous matches how dynamic they're willing to be, and this is probably one of those reasons why they want to play very off-class heavy against the side of MAGA County. If that's going to be their ticket to victory, then they're playing confidently, because it's going to be a bit before Kev gets there. Fancy Sun is on Spy as he's just checking.
Huge bump from Trip coming in. Gonna get one rocket. Great surf by Brick. Right back into two-door, and Trip gonna get taken out. Brick gets the small pack, but close there.
And actually, Fancy Sun's committing. One, they know the sniper because he just got a kill, but after Fancy Sun, he swapped off a Spy, like he was gonna, okay, I'm gonna respawn Scout now. Now he's just on it. He changed his mind. He's like, no, actually, I'm gonna stay on. I'm gonna decloak behind them. This is gonna be their ticket to try to kill the sniper, I suppose. So he has the eyes. He sees those two by IT. And he's over by the sewer side, but they can't just let Kev take shot after shot. That's a surefire way to lose. And popped up, stabbed it down. Faison able to get the kill. Revolver on the main, maybe at least a little bit of a distraction, but is going to be piped down by the side of Dingo. But Apathy, Trip found his way behind in a little bit of a roamer duel here. He's not that healthy, but is able to escape at least for now. Popping through one maybe, but the Uber is forced by the side of Brick, so not going to be available there. As Trip jumps to his combo, is able to be saved. They're trying to retreat through one. The spam is not enough to be able to save, or the Uber is not enough to be able to save Guy and Divine because it completely depleted from them getting forced first. So this is looking like a pretty good spot for Cozy. They got the kills required. Don't really have an ad work with, but if they're pretty quick, they might be able to find an opening where Guy is still dead. They're poking in lobby. Be mindful of the sniper on both fields for now, so I guess Catface rolling out is going to be in the equation yet, but Trip making some space. Dingo dying from a flank from Apathy. Chaos all over the field. It's hard to keep track of what is actually going on because there's so much happening on the front lines and the back lines at the same side. But with the death of Junie, it looks like that's going to be all she wrote for the fight for now. Things will stalemate out, and we'll have MAGA holding last for at least a little bit longer.
And as you said, with the class switches coming in from Cozy, Sai back on Scout now, Kev, Soldier, and Catface coming up on Sniper this time, so lots of shifting around the Engineer from Fancy. Divine coming up on Spy, I think just checking those off classes, but just for now, gonna have to see, again, ball in Cozy's court. What do they want to do?
Yeah, it seems like they're very, very diligent about actually checking for the off classes. That's one thing I think a lot of teams don't really do, but once again, that's probably not the two-man they expected to happen. Your sniper, maybe, you can go for a Hail Mary shot, but Blue Demo has been dying a lot so far this match, and it's kind of putting a thorn in their side for finding a path to victory, but might be able to get someone in one. They're just rushing to last.
Through one, yeah.
They have the Uber to bail. Yeah, they have the Uber to bail themselves out. There's so many players to shoot. They're able to kill Wonder, get the Force out of the side of the red team. They're trying to escape, just barely being able to get out, except May, which is going to be a big one here, as that's not what you want to lose. I mean, a lot of the other classes involved in the Uber for the side of the blue team were able to escape, but Uber had generated for the side of the red team long term here, and a heal out that allows them to just drive straight through here. So, I mean, it was a good attempt, but the Catface back cap, he's trying, but I don't think it's going to be quite enough. Wonder is there. Block's not enough.
Nice rocket.
He gets Wonder behind, so he can be a thorn maybe, but Fancy Sun's there. Eats the pack. It's still going to be a nuisance, so I have to keep that in mind long term, but long term there still is this ad for the side of MAGA County, 40 and counting, so we'll see how that comes into the equation here. I go ahead and probably let Wonder respawn, build up the rest of it. Catface barely, oh, he just sneaks out through IT.
Catface escapes.
They were not prepared for that, so that's going to be really good for the side of Cozy's defense. It's going to help them be able to stay longer because Kev's on Sniper. So they need all the room and space creation they can get, but just popping straight through, might be able to find one. A little bit of damage, not quite enough. So They got the space, and oh, okay, they did get Catface after all, but Zuber, it's almost available for the side of Cozy.
Yep, they're gonna come right back in with this.
Yeah, Kev's on Sniper as well, so their flanks might be a bit weak, and actually FantasySun found a way behind, but the Zuber, it took down Brick, so they may be able to get Kev. Actually, never mind, not maybe. There's 3 of the side of MAGA County behind.
They did completely swap sides right now. They have Brick, but Junie's dead, as is Kev. The fight's still going on here. You'd imagine the longer this goes, the better it favors for Cozy, but that's gonna be May taking out. The lock and load pipes hit true. Complete mayhem here, 2v2. But it's just gonna be Divine against Catface. Catface picks that up, so 11 people dead. It will be Cozy maintaining control of mid. But considering how that fight started, I'd say overall pretty good for MAGA County.
Yeah, also considering the fact that the May's death was so much later, you see there's like a 30% ad generated here. So it's not the easiest thing to push, but it's totally possible. The only problem is I think so far a lot of the Ubers haven't been. I guess it's not true. I was gonna say a lot of the Ubers haven't been very slow. So if you just I think if you just pop straight through as soon as you get, that's gonna be expected. And you're not gonna get too much. But you never know. They could just go for the route of trying to walk in early a little bit and be greedy with it. But we'll see what route they take. We've already seen that 30% ad sometimes isn't quite enough for the teams to be confident on if they want to play it safe. But no, they're going to pop straight through IT. They're here, they're ready to go. And Gaia's juggled a bit. It's gonna. Oh, his second sticky jump didn't hit the mark either. So his plans were foiled twice over, and that's gonna be, they got the point, they got some space, but that's about it. And the Uber, they're taking a page out of their books, launching themselves out of IT for the side of Cozy. FantasySun down. There is scout speed on the medic though, so Brick is able to get out through the side of IT. Apathy might be able to find Trip on the side, but is being careful about that. Knows him. There's some fights happening out in the grass area. May 37 HP might just get bombed, and doesn't he die? Wonder bombed in, gave up his life for it. They're still trying to fight this for the side of MAGA County, but they're losing so many. They gave up so much. They lost the DM fight. It's just Gaia, and he's about to die to rocket spam. Just barely reset binding there. As FantasySun trying to hit some shots here on Sniper. Not going to be too lucky securing a kill. There's so much room gained by the side of Cozy despite May being dead, but they got to cap this soon. Otherwise, there's a respawn wave in 1 second. They got Gaia. They need cap time. Floodgates are opening. They're here. They're stacking on top of the point. Was it too little, too late? The reinforcements are holding on strong. Junie from Spy Kids up in the air will get pistol down. It's just Psy by 5. He's hiding at least for a little bit longer, but decides not. We'll back up, and sometimes the make or break decisions, a second here or there. No one pressuring the cap, no one clearing the stickies is going to be the thing that kind of prevents Cozy from capitalizing on that opportunity to just win the round right there. And MAGA County will take that little sliver and just create a mountain out of his. They technically have ad, even though they're not going to push off it. It's like 15. They got time to build a gun before Cozy do anything, so all things considered, it could be worse.
Yeah, Fancy, when was in that 1v6, came up on Sniper, immediately headshot Kev coming in from rollout, and that hesitation may have led to the fraction of cap time that Cozy was missing. That said, Catface on Sniper peeking in from Wonder, getting in really deep, finds a shot onto Wonder, goes for the God shot, gonna get taken out by the gun and Fancy's shotgun. So counter sack coming in right there, but it looks like it is gonna be all of Cozy now taking control of lobby, not making it in too deep. Divine gonna try to contest. I think that's 5 door, am I right? I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. But Trip peeking in, gonna get taken out by the lock and load. Uber forced out though from Brick, hit really low, so they're gonna try to find some ground into second, but really not even make it as far as lobby, and that's now full ad in favor of Cozy.
Once the gun goes down, it's all hands on deck, and it's really difficult. And so far, I think Cozy did. Actually, both teams. I think it's they've taken turns doing it. They've done a pretty okay job of actually finding a way to kill the gun and then being able to actually do their sack. I feel like for a lot of teams, they try to spam the gun. It's like, all right, it's dead. And then it's like, okay, who's going to die? And then you look at your soldiers, and it's like, yeah, I'm 50 and he's 75. We can't go in yet. And then by the time you're ready, it's, all said and done, rebuilt. But yeah, they're in now.
Out of 4, Catface on heavy. Not sure if it's going to matter. Psy on point, getting taken out by the stickies, but that is a large Russian man slowly walking up to the point. Kev coming in from behind with the help of Trip. Gonna start wiping them up, and Catface will get that cap off. Tomislav coming in 2-0 now for Cozy, as with only 8 minutes left in the half here, it's a lot of pressure coming in onto MAGA County here if they want to try to pull off the upset.
And at least they have infinite overtime and not too much of a steep hill to climb. They've had some opportunities to push last before. They just have to find the magic that they saw previously and make it work in their favor. But Apathy finding his way into the opposing IT will not find too much resistance, as seems like it's at least a little bit of a slower mid. Apathy going for the all the way around side toward the opposing team's choke, and they're definitely getting away from that area of the map from the side of Cozy to make it harder. And yeah, he bombs in. Doesn't find anyone except Sai, who scatters him down, and now with a one-player diss out, they're trying to Hail Mary over to the side of Mei, but Wonder will only be able to hit one rocket, so Mei is fine, just barely under 100 HP. And with 2 soldiers dead, I mean, it's really hard to hold 2. You do not have the spam. They're just walking in. It's just Gaia. They're just launching themselves forward. So much damage onto Gaia, actually, in particular. They just have to pop to save him. Trying to find a way on anyone. They are able to at least get this Uber exchange off, but Trip is behind, will die, and oh, Gaia getting chased. Will get scattered down, maybe. Will indeed. Kev on a 2K there. Inside rollout. They're just keeping the train rolling. 4v4. No, they're going to back up. They have to have cat face cap. Careful with the tiny doorways against the soldier. And actually rotating over towards lobby. They're putting the pedal on the metal. This is just a 4v4. This is not in their favor in due time, unless they can just win right now because of the respawners that are coming in. Nice pipes, good damage. The scouts are cleaning up, and Dingo's putting in work for his team.
Oh, they broke that up. Saw the Solid Vows come out. But as you said, they just took the 4 right into last. No Uber, no nothing. Didn't give MAGA time to get a gun or any off classes up, and they just pretty much win the fight.
Yeah,
it's nothing now.
It's a lot of confidence there, because you know that long term, if you don't win right there, they get respawners, and that 4v4 turns into a 6v4. But they fought it fast enough, they made sure that they weren't spotted. I don't think anyone really saw them that much going through lobby, so they got through pretty cleanly. And that was a done deal right there. So 3-0 in favor of Cozy, on to another mid. Have Guy a bit weak, but nothing an arrow can't fix, and it seems like the teams aren't playing that fast. But MAGA, oh, sniped out of the sky. I think they knew that they were on sniper, so Fancy Sun has been checking in the middle of the roll-up. Okay, the final rocket does hit from Wonder. So overall, they've sacrificed both their soldiers to get the sniper out of the equation, but they've already given up so much. Fancy Sun is behind, so it could be a Thorn might be able to find a 1v1 versus Kev when he respawns, but they're still going in. Gaia, dead. Brick doesn't have an Uber to bail himself out yet, just backing up through one, and Trip might be able to go for it. Nah, it is forward at least a little bit by one of the scouts and some respawners. Fancy Sun has blocked mid, wins the 1v1 versus Catface, and Dingo's there trying to scatter him down at least a little bit, or pester him. Gets piped very, very weak. Chases on for the side of Trip, does clean him up, and they're trying to use the distraction from the side of MAGA County to go ahead and make sure they have their presence on too. Bombs come in. Wonder doesn't really quite hit the mark in terms of the damage on to Mei, but a nice air from the side of Brick is going to hurt him up, so putting him back inside the sewer. So for now, they're still holding on. There's still a scout down that Cozy might try to abuse. I mean, Catface is still rolling out, so 5v5 for now. But overall, could be way worse. They're checking off classes once again. Sack comes in. Brick drops. Doesn't hit the surf. It wasn't even from Trip, it was from a lock and load across the map. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense then. I was like, Trip did so much damage there, but definitely puts on the hurt. You know, and makes sense why the drop happened. This is looking like it could we're getting closer to sealing the deal here for this round. Uber's out and going towards the point.
Yeah. Feels like a formality at this point. Gun's already dead. Gaia doing his best. No really frags even to find. Divine's heavy, gonna be taken out before too long, and what started as a very even back and forth slower game has just gradually turned more and more in favor of Cozy here.
Yep. I think it eventually just takes a bit to figure out how you want to like traverse against certain teams and their playstyles, and so far they're realizing that no, let's just snipe against them. When we snipe, we win. And Wonder is saying, screw it, I'm gonna snipe as well. If they're gonna pull out a sniper and we have to give up 2 to kill him, then I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna out snipe him. So we'll see how that works out from this mid. And first shot brings out by Wonder, takes down Sai. Gonna be really beneficial for them. Kev is inside IT, gets one on a Fancy Sun. Overall, 1 scout down for both teams here, but they're still showing presence at least a little bit. Catface bombing in on Soldier. That's a special, you don't see that often. Apathy is gonna die though, so gotta be careful. Gotta find this way to kill Catface, otherwise he's just gonna flank you. He's gonna flank you! They're running straight into him. Brick might die. They've turned around. They did indeed kill him, but there's so much space gained by the side of Cozy that they will come off victorious for this mid fight.
Really love watching my soldiers bomb snipers on process mid, throwing me back to my UGC days. It's a bit of a nightmare playing this map in Highlander, but you know both snipers end up getting something, but it almost kind of evened each other out, and the better play we've been seeing from Cozy gives them the mid regardless. Kev now gonna lose the SVS to Wonder, so that will create an opening. Sai aggro in choke, gonna see if they can do anything to push him back. He will. See if there's an answer on that death from Kev. It will be Apathy jumping in here.
Oh,
and
they want to exchange.
Backing out. If the exchange comes out through choke. Wonder caught in the middle of that. He is a dead man. Rest of the team on Cozy coming now into second. Big Bomb out of sight. Divine getting taken out by a crossbow as the Ubers popped out from Brick. Apathy going to try to chase Catface into last, but way less health. Catface just holding up in bunker. Apathy trying to go for the counter jump. And Catface's will stay alive, draws enough attention back that the second cap is going to be free.
Initially, the discipline from the side of MAGA was actually really good, how they checked with their soldier to make sure that they were close. This is why when Sai Ubered in, he only found a sniper. Everyone else used their mobility to get the heck out. But what they did afterwards, they just kind of all ran towards one. 4 people on top of each other's models. 2 soldiers go in, and they both don't immediately melt. One actually gets to escape and peels them away out to last. So it's the duality of teams, how your plan on one point can be really, really good in like the initial beginning of it, and then when the heat of the moment happens, and you're not really sure what to expect next, you just kind of have to deal with it. Your execution, we're trying to figure out what's the best way to respond, just kind of falls flat. And they found themselves on last. They weren't able to use their Uber to try to find a way to hold on to 2 in any capacity. Pretty much got expended just to go back to last and kill the soldier. So back to the last hold we go. They've worked their way out of this before, but yeah, this is going to be really big for the side of Cozy. This SVS could seal the deal.
Yeah, it looks like Wonder actually kind of backed away from it, didn't want to take it from the spawn angle, didn't have a buff either. They're going to look to rotate Kev now, try to just use him like a can opener, see if he can find a shot anywhere. Peeking through 2 now, gets a shot, misses it on to Gaia, will be forced back, no deaths. Surfs up onto the roof there, could have been neat on any other situation, but back into 1 they go.
Yeah, gotta find an angle. Once again, the gun is on the left half of the map for the defender's perspective, so it doesn't really get that much vision on the right half. So you can see they're over here by 1 and 2, playing on this right half right out the bat. Going over towards the lobby though, I mean, maybe they can get some of the kill right. It's not the gun that needs to die first. It's literally any other class to make it easier to spam the gun. So for now, the angle doesn't matter that much. Trying to find a way on a Gaia, hits a body shot, not quite enough to get the kill. There's Catface still on soldier.
Oh, Apathy going in from behind, getting at the force off onto May. Snuck in there from 2 into lobby. Now coming in from Catface. There's a full around the world, helped by the gun. They will take that out, but Brick able to hold on to the Uber. The gun is the only victim there, so Apathy sneaking in. Gets that force off and puts, not necessarily a good situation, but better than they were.
And they're just going straight in. They still want to find an avenue. They will eventually get this force. MAGA County were still holding really aggressive despite not having the gun up, and they weren't holding all the doors, so they overall 2-man get the force out, and they are able to actually use the Uber like they wanted to. They can still dry this. They still have some room. Some headshots ring out. Wonder a bit weak. Kev is on the field and Sewer as sniper, and they're trying to get him out of the equation, but a lot of damage coming out from the side of MAGA County to push Cozy back. They eventually are going to have their Uber if they're not too careful. So MAGA County, they get this cap. All said and done. But they're still all stacked on top of each other. Got to get these buffs done and ready to go, because the push is coming from the side of Cozy. They're going through Al-Qaeda. Kev, he's still peeking the shutter door. It's really hard to actually spam and slow them down. Let you find a way to just get the sniper out of the way. Apathy is behind, so he might be able to find a way to block the cap or something. If they still want to use his ad, they're in lobby. They're ready to go. At least they really want to use it while they can.
Yeah, good on Cozy to blow them off of that without needing to use the Uber. Sai's
just
deep into last. Yeah, just walking through 5. Kev up on the little ledge, peeking through, going for a bit of a weirder angle.
Oh, Apathy. He's behind. Oh, he found 2. So he's revealed himself, so it's going to be harder for him to actually get too much done here. He can be a distraction, bare minimum.
The Trip is actually pulling back to chase him into mid, so bit of an MGE happening on mid right there. Catface coming in, gonna break that up. Apathy chased it all the way into Cozy's second right there before finally going down. They do get the pick. No real ability to push out, especially with that engineer on last. Gun's still level 1, but should be level 3 sooner rather than later, unless we see something coming out of Cozy. But they are looking to just use Kev as that can opener, see if they can pry open an angle.
Yeah, Apathy will be up soon anyway, so it's really difficult. I mean, you had maybe 1 chance to spam the gun, that's about it by the time he respawns, but got some damage on the Fancy Sun and the gun as well, so then getting closer and closer to step one of spamming down the gun. So far, the stacks haven't worked out until the gun has
Kev just
died.
finds the engineer instead.
Pretty good. This gun will eventually die if they can find an angle, but they're actually just going for the Uber exchange. Get the force, get the gun, and just play off of the fact that you're going to have more players. If you can find a way to escape side, will get sticky down. It's a 4v3 scenario. They could fight this. Kev peeking through too. They aren't able to deal with him. He gets a body shot on the brick. One more second until there's respawners, though. You have to play this fast, like I said before. These margins by what you're playing for the side of Cozy, when you just go into last. Oh, May, no scout speed. Apathy needs one final rocket. Does seal the deal. Kev gets a nice shot into Fancy Sun, so it's going to be overall be a trade, but it's a nice one for the side of MAGA County. Is now they got the faster medic respawn. They can maybe try to poke and prod off of heals, and even if they don't, they're still will have an ad to work with, bare minimum, even though it's a bit small. It doesn't seem like they're building that much, but at least it's better than having disad. Fancy Sun dead. Looks like they don't want to really do too much. He's up on spy checking for off classes. And at least if it's a reset, you go back to mid, but so far the mids haven't been too good for the side of MAGA County, so yeah, the question to ask is Cozy that bothered?
Yeah, I can't imagine they will be, and I mean, the ads actually evaporated. Really good building on the side of Cozy is giving them now only, 1-2% disad right here, so good work to capitalize that. Not like you're going to push out a blast on a 15% ad on match point, but even so, just makes it even closer, and actually they pull ahead. May coming up more than 10% ahead of Brick here, so number of trades going back and forth, but in favor of Cozy right here. Kev peeking from 5 had found Wonder. They're going to start getting aggro in here. Uber popped out. Was that a crits I heard? It is.
Yeah, Blue's on crits. I didn't even notice. So not only do they have crits, but they have the Kev sniper. But the surprise is pretty much gone at this point. So if they build it again, they're going to have to work really hard.
That's why they're building so fast then, huh?
Yeah. So they're going to have to work real hard on their distraction factor if they want to be able to actually use this. That's we've seen time and time again with crits. The first time that it happens, it's pretty good, big surprise. Afterwards, it's much more difficult to actually get something going. Nice air shot onto the soldier, bombing in. Brick's so weak, might trip. Oh, he might be able to find the angle. He's sneaking his way in. Against the wall, Side's looking for him as well. Brick's alone. Side in his face, able to get the shot off. It's actually, yeah, he's able to get the scatter kill. I thought it was someone else for a second, but no. He does indeed seal the deal there, so Junie popped up into the air, missed air shots, but Divine will indeed clean up that kill. So they got Brick, but at what cost? They've given up 4 players. Catfish try to bail out a sniper and will succeed in that endeavor, but doesn't seem like MAGA County is too healthy to actually go out and reclaim 2 as their own. Full Uber still by the side of May as Wonder. And hiding in a corner. They gotta push this now. They should expect this. Oh,
crits onto the sniper. They just want to let Kev get a crit body shot with the off, I think. They will get the crit shot onto Apathy though, but crits into the gun. It's gonna be a bit of a meat grinder as the round timer is ending.
Oh, can they get there in time? They're gonna get there in time. They got so much cap time that Escash's on top of it. They're like, no, please no mid fights. We've lost all of them. Don't send us to mid. Please give us advantage into mid. And actually, they don't even need it. It's just free. The only 2 there, they blocked the spawn. So really good job from the side of MAGA County. And Cozy, they might have jumped the gun a bit too quickly. But we'll see how this transpires. Is having Uber to bail themselves out. Kev is getting locked down inside of forwards, has to back spawn, so no longer there. Catface still on Soldier, very weak, needs an arrow, can't actually jump for this force yet, and they're not actually wanting to use the Uber. Catface finally will find the heals, maybe not quite enough damage, but no, the headshot!
Kev 99!
Brick surfs away from Catface into the sniper sideline. Fancy Sun kills Sai with an ornament. 3v3 scenario right now as the mid is going to get capped up by the side of MAGA County, but heal advantage for Cozy means it is pretty good for them to be able to maybe fight this.
I just watched my sniper get a 4K and someone bleed out. I am watching Highlander right now.
Yeah, pretty much, but May, very smart idea there to go ahead and back up in that 3v3. He was long gone, left a sniper and Domoman alone there, and even though one of them died, better off keeping this ad to go ahead and re-push 2 heroes. No, Demoman is a pretty good opportunity to go ahead and try to take this fight, even though you're not having your star player of Kev. Actually, Kev wanted to change classes, then okay, no. He was about to get his respawn elongated, but Divine will die to a sticky. Apathy might not be so lucky. He will indeed escape. Wonder on sniper as well. Catface behind. There's a lot going on. This Uber could be it. Pipe's not quite connecting yet. Oh, until I say that, I Karis the double lock and load right in the center. And May picks up his gun as well. I don't think there was too much left there, but with their double capping up onto Fancy Sun, maybe trying to block, finds Catface. Is able to take him down, can't actually block the second cap though, so they have to hold their fort down here at last for the side of MAGA.
Yeah, Sai a little bit too far forward, gonna get obliterated, but numbers just too much in favor of Cozy, and that will be the last round coming in 5-0. Don't know if it fully tells the story of how close that match started out, but I mean, there really was only one time I felt like Cozy was ever at risk of really losing a round, and there was one point they were defending last, they lost their gun. Other than that, though, they pretty much maintained control of mid, or at the very least second, the entire match.
Yeah, I think it just goes to show that sometimes you just got to get a feel for the other team. I think it makes sense what we saw at the beginning, how we saw an immediate sniper to mid, how we saw like Catface not waiting to go ahead and pull out like multiple different off classes for mids or breaking stalemates or pushing last when we saw him go heavy or whatever. So it's clear that these teams play each other on at least a semi-regular basis, but it's all about trying to figure out like exactly how you want to beat them on certain maps, because people change a little thing here and there depending on the geometry of the map and their strategies, etc. So it took them a bit, but slow beginnings, quick end. 5-0 victory for the side of Cozy, securing their second seed here for the playoffs.
Congratulations to them on that, and they do it with Catface getting 6 classes in on the logs, as we have those up right now.
It's getting the around the world achievement.
Just needed what? Pyro and someone needed to shove Junie off of demo.
Yeah, get him on medic as well.
that might be BM at that point.
Yeah. Taking a look at the logs here, no one entering the 300 DPM club, but definitely makes sense depending on your memory of the very beginning of this match. It started to heat up towards the end, but the beginning was a lot of mid and second stalemates of just soldier sacking and not really finding too much. But you can definitely see some minute differences here in terms of the KDs for the pockets, the KDs of the, I guess the KDs of the explosive classes in general are like the big difference. Just here and there, but it's definitely going to, there's a big difference, at least in a couple of those departments. But at the end of the day, I don't think MAGA County, I mean, probably a tall order to try to find a victory this match. They've been pretty competitive versus a lot of the teams that have had close matches with each other. Like, I think Mafia and Anglerfish and Rome, like the kind of the lower end or plus move ups. They found some moments, but not quite here. So maybe back to the drawing board. We'll kind of see how things shake out. This could be a matchup you see in playoffs depending on what MAGA County seed is because I think they have like 1 or 2 matches left to go until you actually know where they land. But I guess it'll all shake out here at the end of March. There's only 1 more week to go until we got the final matches. I think there's like, at this point, I think there's only like 2 left until it's time for playoffs and the bracket gets to run through. So we're getting to the tail end of things here.
Yeah, I would imagine regular season tailing down, and I think, playoffs should be pretty interesting show because it doesn't look like you have any, you have Froyo sitting at the top, no points for that bet, but everyone else afterwards, I mean, you're gonna have Cozy as second seed, but no clear distinctions there. Looks like everyone's at least taking rounds off of each other, and when you put that into a BO3, anything can happen.
Yep. Well, I think that's gonna be wrapping it up pretty soon for us. I guess to do note that for next week, obviously there's the Highlander everyone expects on Monday. I think we have Global Clan versus MAGA next Thursday, so MAGA County still, got some matches under their belt to complete. But by then, that should be done and completed, and then we go on to the playoffs, which I think is the weekend of like March 22nd, somewhere around there, like mid-late March, that kind of area. Weekend playoffs, all 7 teams. All starting upper bracket, that sort of deal. And then, Rome versus Global Clan is also Tuesday. So I think those are 2 of the final matches, if not the final 2. Last week. And then we're on to the playoffs. But any final thoughts or shout-outs before we go ahead and wrap things up here, Alto?
Not too much. Thanks for having me. Always good to touch in on sixes. Remind myself that some other game modes exist. Get to see some interesting plays. I've got a feeling you probably didn't see too many sniper crits throughout the rest of the season, so happy to have been witness to that. But otherwise, just looking forward to see how playoffs is going to turn out, and Zag and I will be bringing you Highlander back on Monday. I think we should have a pretty good match on Vigil this week, so.
Nice. Alright, well, that should be pretty much it for us. Check back for Highlander on Monday, or either of the final regular season matches on Tuesday or Thursday next week. And then, of course, the playoffs will be happening later in March. But for tonight, That has been it for us. I've been Jarrett casting with Alto with Dolphin on production. Thank you and good night.